Let me tell you something straight. If you ever think the world can't change in a moment, you haven't been stuck in a thunderstorm at the edge of Kagoma Town, soaked to your bones, clutching your stomach as pain comes in waves, wondering if this is how your story ends or how a whole new one begins. That's how it was for me, Emilia, the girl with nothing but a torn plastic bag, a rusted spoon, and a baby onesie I fished out of the trash 2 days before my life turned inside out. The rain that day didn't just fall, it attacked, roaring down like the gods themselves were furious. And as people sprinted for shelter under tin roofs and mangoes, nobody spared a glance for the homeless woman curled up in the mud by a pothole, her belly round and ready to burst. That was me, invisible, pain making me shake, not from the cold, but from a rope tightening inside me. And the worst part? Even the preacher who just finished hollering, "Love your neighbor," looked right past me. Maybe he thought I didn't count, just another street ghost. You know what I mean? But let me back up a sec. Me life wasn't always this way. There was a time I had a husband, a roof, and shoes with Saul's hope, I guess, but hope doesn't fill your belly. When my husband died in a factory collapse, the world turned upside down, and all those people who used to know my name seemed to forget I existed. Now I was alone, and my baby was coming, whether the world was ready or not. So I'm kneeling in the mud, whispering, "Please, anyone," barely loud enough to hear myself over the thunder, when out of nowhere, a black Range Rover slides to a stop 10 yards away like something out of the movie, right? The man inside looked like he belonged on another planet watch worth more than the street. Silence, so heavy you could feel it through the glass. That was Thelani Dubb, billionaire tech mogul. Untouchable. Only right then, he looked just as lost as me. His driver leans in. "Boss, should we go around her?" But Thelani just stares at my hands, my belly, my pain, then quietly says, "Stop the car." That moment, people on the street gasped. What was a man like him doing out here, in this rain, with someone like me? He steps out, rain plastering his suit to his skin, and kneels right in the mud beside me. "I called an ambulance," he says, calm, but scared like for once he's not the man in charge. 5 minutes go by. Every second feels like a lifetime, pain burning through me, and all I could do is scream. He holds my hand, his driver runs for towels, and believe it or not, the fruit seller who walked around me before shows up with a blanket. Even the preacher comes running. But it's Thelani who leans in, says, "Push, I've got you," and somehow, in that storm, I find the strength. My baby screams louder than the thunder. And just like that, she's here, born in the billionaire's arms. The ambulance gets there late, but the miracle already happened. They whisk us to the hospital, and for once, nobody asks who I am or why I matter. Thelani waits outside my ward, soaking wet, still clutching my pathetic bag of junk like it means something. And when my baby's heartbeat steadies, when I finally fall asleep, that's when I know for the first time in years I'm not alone. He sees the onesie in my bag, dirty but folded like treasure, and I guess it hits him because he doesn't leave. Not that night. When I wake, I think it's all a dream, the storm, the man, the voice telling me to push. But there's a new blue blanket in the corner, diapers, and a flask of tea. "The man who brought you left this," the nurse says. For 3 days, I get to rest, safe for the first time in ages. But 3 days, that's all the hospital can give me. Thelani goes back to his mansion 12 rooms, but no warmth, and he can't stop thinking about me. Not in a pity way, but like something inside him broke open, and now he's got to figure out how to live with it. He comes back the next morning, says he's paid for my Stano rush, no limits. "Why?" I ask, and he just shrugs because no one else did. I almost cry, but I dante him past tears. He asks my baby's name. "Zanil." I whisper. It means we are enough. I see his jaw clench, gets it. Weeks pass. I get stronger. Zanil grows louder and brighter every day. The nurses call me Miracle Mama. But miracles don't pay bills, and when my bed is needed, I have nowhere to go. I step outside for air, and there he is, Thelani, alone this time, holding a brown envelope. "Come with me," he says, and I do, mostly because I have nothing left to lose. We drive to the edge of town, to an old orphanage, falling apart but still standing. "My mother raised me here," he tells me, "fed 20 kids on maize and hope." I fund it now, but nobody runs it twill you. I nearly collapse. Me? Why me? He steps closer. Because you gave life in the storm you didn't break. He offers me a place to live, a job, a reason to keep going. What do you want in return? I ask. He just says, promise me she grows up believing love is real. That night, I boil water in a strange kitchen, wash bottles, sweep cobwebs, and for the first time in years, I feel like I belong somewhere. Thilani comes around, playing with Zanil, fixing doors, bringing diapers, or books her, just himself. Zanil lights up when he enters, cries less when he holds her. Sometimes I watch him from behind the doorway, and, for a second, I let myself believe I'm not a burden. I'm home. Life starts to bloom. Kids at the orphanage laugh again. I hug children who forgot how to smile, and people whisper about the woman with fire in her heart. But one afternoon, a woman shows up at the gate, heels too high, perfume sharp enough to cut. You must be the project, she sneers, the rescue. Turns out, she's Thilani's fiancée. She leaves me reeling. Don't think this is charity, she says, enjoy it while it lasts. That night, I pack my bag like I did the day my husband died. I leave a note for Thilani. Thank you, but I refuse to be anyone's project, and I vanish. Thilani finds the note and spends weeks searching, but I'm gone, Zanil with me. He sits in his car outside the orphanage every night, replaying every smile, every silence, every word he didn't say. Hope, like rain, doesn't always fall where you need it. One night, he stands at his mother's grave, whispers to the wind, Mama, I think I broke something. Behind him, my voice steady, tired, but unbroken says, then learn how to hold it properly. He turns, and I'm there, Zanil wrapped to my back. I needed to know if I belonged in your story, or if I was just a chapter. He walks toward me, slow like fire. You're not a chapter, you're the whole damn book. I finally let myself cry. I didn't want saving, I say. I just wanted to be seen. He leans in, forehead to mine, says, and I see you, Amali. We marry in the orphanage kitchen. Zanil, our flower girl, kids from the town dancing, laughter in the air. Someone asked me why I said yes. I tell them, because the man who gave me his jacket in the rain never let go of my hand, even after the storm. And when they asked Thilani why he fell in love, he just says, she gave birth in a storm and still held her baby like the sun was shining. That's how it is in Kagoma town. Under that wild sky, a woman once lost to the streets built a home, not just for her daughter, but for dozens of children who'd never known one. And a man who thought he owned everything finally learned what wealth really means. It isn't silence, or suits, or power, it's love, born in the rain. So, tell me, do you think anyone's ever really lost if there's still someone out there willing to step into the storm? Drop your thoughts below. Let's talk about what it really means to be seen, to be saved, and to belong.